Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Karabo Sithole and I'm a student from the University of Wits studying Bachelor of Accounting Science. So in this video, we are going to be focusing on market structure, right? So now in the first market structure we are going to focus on is a perfect market. So basically a market is a place, not necessarily a physical place, can be an imaginary place, just like when you're buying online. It is a place that brings both the buyer and the seller together, right? So we have different types of markets, right? So you can have the forex market, you can have the goods market, factors of production market. In this case, we are going to focus on the perfect market, right? So this is also an imaginary market in economics, right? There's no such thing as a perfect thing in this world, but for theory's sake, we are going to focus on a perfect market, right? So a perfect market has the following characteristics. First of all, it has many buyers and sellers. There are no barriers to entry or exit. It sells the same products. Firms in this market are price takers. Firms in this market make economic profits in the short run and normal profits in the long run. So I'm going to continue to explain the curves, right? To explain how and why individual firms are actually price takers, right? So you will have quantity and you will have price. You have price and quantity and price, right? So there are many buyers and sellers, right? So the market will bring all those buyers together with the sellers, right? And where they meet, the market will create what we call an equilibrium price, an equilibrium point that has a price and a quantity, right? So it has this point and it has a price. Okay. So because there are so many buyers and sellers, a single individual firm cannot influence the price. Imagine there are a trillion buyers and sellers. As one individual firm, you won't be able to set your own prices. If you dare to increase your prices, you are going to lose your customers, right? So basically, that's what explains why they are price takers. Is an individual firm is so insignificant that they cannot increase or influence the market price. So the market price will be taken exactly as it is all the way to the individual firm. So this will be equal to the price, and this price will be equal to the average revenue, equal to the demand curve, and equal to the marginal revenue. So that is one of the other characteristics of a perfect market, is that its demand curve is horizontal. The price is equal to the average revenue, equal to the demand, and equal to the marginal revenue. So the reason why the demand is equal to the marginal revenue is because remember the definition of marginal revenue. It is the additional revenue that you earn after selling an additional unit. So in this case, since you're a price taker, you do not have to reduce your price in order to sell more. So the laws of demand do not apply to you because you do not have to reduce your price to sell an additional unit. Hence, the demand will always be equal to the marginal revenue and always equal to the average revenue and equal to the price, right? So basically, that's how the curves work. So let's look at other curves, right? So in the short run, this is how your curves will look like. Just want to show you guys how to get economic profits. So this will be your AC. MC will cut at its maximum. This is the MC, right? So you always produce where your MR is equal to your MC, and you call that point the profit maximization point. This is where you maximize profits, right? And you go on to touch your AC, and then you go on to touch the y-axis, right? So this whole area right here will actually be your economic profits. And I say it is economic profit and not economic loss because, as you guys can see from the profit maximization point, the AR, which is this whole line, the straight line, lies above the AC, right? This whole segment lies above the AC. So that is my economic profits. So you always use whatever shape you have. In this case, you have a rectangle, so you will use the area of the rectangle, length times breadth, to find out what that economic profit is, right? So yeah. So I'm going to move on to look at what happens in the long run, right? Because that was in the short run. So remember the characteristic that says that there are no barriers to entry, right, into this market. So as you make economic profits as an individual firm, or as individual firms in this perfect market, other firms will be attracted to enter the market, right? So you're making economic profits, right? So other firms will be attracted to enter the market. So I just want to show them side by side, but the way I drew my curve, it's going to give me a problem. Just a minute. Okay, so here are our curves, right? So basically in the short run, you're making economic profits, right? And since there are no barriers to entry, other firms will be attracted to enter the market, right? So firms will keep on entering the market, enter the market, enter the market. And this will shift your supply curve outward because there's an increase in supply, right? So your supply will actually increase. And you guys see that it will shift, it will keep on shifting as more people enter the market, and you will have a new price at the new equilibrium point. And this is the new price you will have. And that price, remember that firms in the perfect market are price takers. So that price will be transferred directly to your individual firms. So this price will be transferred directly to the individual firms, will be price, and this will be demand is equal this will be the new demand curve, MR1, right? So do you guys see that now the AC is actually touching my AR, so I'm making a normal profit. So yeah, that's how you end up being in the long run. So because there are no barriers to entry, other firms will be attracted to enter the market. And as they enter the market, they will eat away all your economic profits. They will shift the supply curve to the right because supply is increasing. And because supply has shifted to the right, there will be a new equilibrium point with a lower price. And because individual firms are actually price takers, they will take the lowered price exactly as it is. That will become their demand curve, their average revenue curve, and their MR curve. And if you guys check here, it is actually touching the AC. So that is what basically happens. Let us just look at what happens if you're making a loss. And this also happens like in the short run. There's also a short run occurrence. Let us look at what will firms do and how will you end up being in the long run. So you still have your demand and supply initially, right? And if you are making economic losses, it means that your average cost is actually above, right, the average revenue. So the losses you're making are starting here, going all the way there. These were the losses, right? So because you are making losses, some firms will leave the market, and those who survive will survive. So survival of the fittest. So as firms leave the markets, your supply curve will actually shift inward, right? And a new price will be created. That new price, right? The new price will be created. That new price will be shifted exactly as it is all the way to your individual firm. It will keep on increasing. I mean, it will keep on decreasing, right? Until such a time that you touch the long run curve. So I just want to make sure it touches the long run curve on this new one. Right, so now my drawing is getting messy, but like it will keep on shifting. That's what happens. The supply curve will keep on shifting inwards until it touches the long run point. And as more firms leave, it will keep on going up and going up and going up and going up until you end up making economic profits back in the short run. The same continues. You are now making economic profits. Firms will be attracted to enter. As they enter, they eat away your profits, right? End up in long run. Sorry. You'll end up in long run, etc., 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 right? So that is why we say that that is why we say that your short runs curves, average cost curves, make up your long run average cost curves, right? So they will make it up something like this. So this will be your long run average cost curve. So this point, at the lowest point of my short run curves making up my long run curve, we have the minimum efficient scale. So when they ask about this point, it is at the lowest point of your long run curve. Remember, your long run average cost curve is made up of short run, right? Short run average cost curves. So yeah, so we have about 2 more videos to go, and I will cover monopoly and monopolistic competition. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to use the comment section and I'll definitely get back to your questions. Thank you for watching, guys.